Toughen the up, Charlie Chan.
This is gonna be exclusively hip-hop. Willa is the first artist that we f***.
How much they take you for?
Enough. You bought yours, here now for a hot minute. Same person responsible for putting your son and husband in the ground got my blood on their hands too.
I got a nice piece of business in Corona. It's run out of a pool hall I own on Roosevelt Avenue. All you would have to do is take the action, keep the books.
I only surround myself with people that are serious and thoughtful.
What the f*** are you?
And them's the motherfuckers you gotta fear the most. Cause they dead already. They just don't know it yet.
OG Jukebox has arrived, y'all. OG Jukebox is here and she finally has arrived. We finally saw Jukebox catch her first body in Raising Kanan, and I'm not gonna lie. After watching this episode, I completely understand why Ghost Tommy and Kanan was scared of Jukebox growing up. Cause the fact that she smiled after catching her first body is insane. Jukebox literally caught her first body and said cheese afterwards, bruh. Jukebox has fully converted over to the dark side. We is not about to see the same Jukebox we've been seeing in these last 3 seasons of Raising Kanan. We about to get a whole new character, and I do believe Jukebox will be moving different moving forward now that she finally got her first body under her belt. But what's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my recap, my review, my thoughts to Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 4, Episode 4, and let y'all know how I felt about the episode, as well as what I disliked about the episode. But before I do that, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, and you like power content like me, hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all power content I post on my channel, and leave any of your comments, theories, and predictions down below in the comment section, and y'all let me know how y'all felt about episode 4. Overall, I enjoyed episode 4. To me, episode 4 was arguably one of the best episodes so far in season 4. Raising Kanan has been killing it with season 4. I can't lie. Season 4 has been great so far, and I'm pretty sure season 4 is about to get even more crazier in these next upcoming episodes. Especially with Jukebox's character and after what took place with her in this episode after she caught her first body, which I was excited to see. I was happy to see Jukebox catch her first body. I knew she was going to come through for your boy Uncle Marvin and save the day and take out this Aaron character that Marvin was fighting in this episode. Because man, if it wasn't for Jukebox showing up at the right time in the right moment and saving Uncle Marvin's life, Uncle Marvin would have been out of here, bruh. And while I'm talking about that, I might as well start the recap off first with talking about Jukebox and what led up to her getting her first kill in this episode. So in this episode, we saw Jukebox kicking it with Myra and her friends at the all-girls bar that Jukebox met them at in episode 3. And while Jukebox and Myra was leaving the bar, Myra noticed that her weirdo husband was across the street stalking her. So as Jukebox and Myra continued to go about their business, Myra's husband Aaron ended up attacking both Jukebox and Myra. He ended up pushing Jukebox on the ground and snatched up Myra and threw it in the backseat of his car. So while Jukebox was at the house trying to heal up from her scars, Marvin came back home and saw that Jukebox had an ice pack over her face, and he wanted to know what happened to her and if somebody put their hands on her. And Jukebox ain't even had to say nothing to Marvin. She just gave him that look, and Uncle Marvin already knew what time it was, bro. He knew he had to go get active. So Jukebox and Marvin went to Aaron's house in this episode. They got the location from Myra. Myra gave Jukebox the location to Aaron's house. And as Marvin was about to get out the car to go confront Aaron, Jukebox noticed that Marvin had a gun on him, and she told Marvin to leave the gun in the car because she didn't want nothing bad to happen to Aaron. She like, bro, we ain't trying to kill him. We ain't here on that type of time. Like, just keep the gun in the car. So right after this, he went upstairs to the 3rd floor and found Aaron's apartment and started banging on his door. And the moment Aaron opened up his door, Uncle Marvin punched the shit out of him in his face and started whooping his ass and beating him up in his own apartment. But Uncle Marvin decided to do something dumb, which I don't understand why power characters have a tendency of doing this, but Uncle Marvin decided to turn his back on Aaron. He decided to turn his back on his opponent. And the moment he did that is the moment that Uncle Marvin got caught slipping. Aaron grabbed a knife and cut Uncle Marvin in his shoulder as he was trying to leave Aaron's house. And like I said earlier in the video, if it wasn't for Jukebox coming through saving the day, your boy Uncle Marvin would have been out of here in this episode, bruh. Because as Aaron was about to get ready to put the knife through Uncle Marvin's chest, Jukebox came out of nowhere and shot Aaron in his head, which was a crazy kill shot. This definitely was a crazy kill shot by Jukebox, bruh. She wasn't even close to Aaron, and she was still able to get the kill shot on him from a distance, bruh. Like, come on now, bruh. Jukebox was in the car smirking after she caught her first body. You could tell she enjoyed doing this. But even though Jukebox did get her first kill in this episode, I do believe this might come back on her. or Marvin. One of them might have to suffer some consequences for this one, bruh. And with Aaron being dead, this is about to create some issues between Jukebox and Myra in episode 5. Based off the episode 5 trailer, both Jukebox and Myra will be having a conversation about Aaron. And in this conversation that's about to take place between Jukebox and Myra, Jukebox is going to tell Myra that she didn't kill anybody, which I'm pretty sure Myra isn't going to believe. I don't see Myra buying this story from Jukebox. If anything, I believe Myra going to suspect that Jukebox has something to do with her husband's death, especially after what happened in this episode with Aaron's husband attacking both Jukebox and Myra. So I definitely believe this is about to cause issues between Jukebox and Myra in future episodes of season 4. And the way Jukebox is about to be moving now in these next upcoming episodes, especially after she caught her first body in this episode, I wouldn't be surprised if Myra ended up getting smoked by Jukebox, bruh. Like I said, OG Jukebox is here. OG Jukebox is here, and she finally has arrived. And with Jukebox now having her first kill under her belt, I'm pretty sure she won't hesitate to pull the trigger if needed. So if needed, and she has to, I believe Jukebox will take out Myra if she's left with no other choice. But shout out to Jukebox for getting her first kill in this episode and saving Uncle Marvin's life. And speaking of Uncle Marvin, I gotta talk about Uncle Marvin and the dumbass mistake he made in this episode by introducing early Tyler to Stefano. I gotta talk about this because Unc definitely pissed me off by doing this dumbass shit, bruh. And Uncle Marvin is my favorite character in the Power universe, so I'm always riding with Marvin no matter what. Right or wrong, I'm riding with Uncle Marvin until the wheels fall off. But I do gotta call him out on his dumb shit, and him introducing early Tyler to Stefano in this episode was dumb as hell. Because in this episode, Marvin pulled up on early Tyler to have a conversation with him and kick it with him, chop it up, and to thank him with helping him out by locating Gerald's daughter in episode 3. And with early doing that for Marvin, Marvin told Tyler that he might have an opportunity for him to run Stefano's sports betting bar that's out in Corona. The same sports betting bar where we saw Uncle Marvin take out the bookie at. So after this, Marvin took Early to go meet Stefano in this episode and to have a conversation with Stefano about what Early would be doing out of Corona when it comes to him running Stefano's sports betting bar. And Stefano seemed like he was cool with having Early Tyler run his sports betting bar out in Corona. It didn't seem like he really had an issue with it. But he did let Marvin know, if Early Tyler mess up, it's gonna come back on him. He like, look bruh, since you vouching for him, if he does anything crazy or mess up in any type of way, I'm blaming you for it because this your mans. You introduced him to me and you said he would be a good candidate to run my sports betting bar out of Corona, so I'm taking your word for this. And I say this with all love and all honesty because Uncle Marvin is still my I'm still gonna be riding for Uncle Marvin at the end of the day. But Stefano was dumb as hell for listening to Uncle Marvin on this one, bruh. Ain't no way in hell Early Tyler is the perfect candidate to take over Stefano's sports betting bar. Ain't no way in hell, bruh. All this is about to do is create a problem between them two because Early Tyler is going to do something that's going to piss off Stefano. Right, if it's him taking some of Stefano's money or telling Unique about this spot, Early Tyler is going to do something that's going to piss off Stefano. And once that does happen, all this is going to do is create issues between Marvin and Stefano, as well as Raquel, because all this is about to do is create issues between her and Stefano. Even though Raquel ain't got nothing to do with the stuff that both Marvin and Stefano got going on, but at the same time, Marvin is her brother at the end of the day, and she ain't going to give up her brother. And with Uncle Marvin messing up, all this is going to do is create issues between Raquel and Stefano. And I believe it's going to create issues to a point where Raquel is going to have to step in and save Marvin's life. So I can't wait to see what's next for this situation right here between Marvin, Stefano, and Early Tyler, because I do believe Early Tyler is going to do something that's going to piss Stefano off. And Marvin is going to have to suffer the consequences for Early Tyler's actions, which is going to force Raquel to get involved and possibly save Marvin's life. Now, coming back around to Rock, we saw Rock continue her quest in this episode to become the supplier, as well as getting introduced to a new connect with the help of Tremont. Because in this episode, Marvin kidnapped Tremont, and both Marvin and Raquel tortured Tremont until he gave up the information about his connect. And I honestly thought Raquel was going to kill Tremont. I was not expecting Tremont to survive this episode. I thought Raquel was going to get her lick back on Tremont in this episode, but apparently not. She didn't take out Tremont in this episode, which pissed me off because I was really looking forward to seeing Raquel take out Tremont, but it is what it is. So right after this, both Raquel and Marvin went to go meet up with the Connect. Well, the second in command. They had to have a conversation with the second in command first before Raquel was able to meet the real Connect. And the second in command told Raquel to come back to the restaurant the next following day. And Raquel ended up taking a private car to an undisclosed location to meet the real Connect. And the real Connect was interested in doing business with Raquel. He let that be known to her when they was having a conversation with each other. But at the same time, he knows if he does business with Raquel, then he's going to have to switch up a lot of stuff. So he told Raquel that he's not going to agree to anything right now at the moment, but he will be in touch with her soon, and this will not be the last time that they have a conversation with each other. And even though the Connect didn't agree to do business with Raquel right now, I do believe he's going to come around at some point and agree to do business with Raquel. I don't think Raquel should be focused on trying to become the Connect right now because she got too much stuff going on around her. And I don't think now would be the perfect time for her to focus on trying to become the Connect. I do want her to become the Connect, but at the same time, I want Raquel to neutralize the issues that she got going on first, because I do believe the moment she gets in position to become the Connect, that's when all hell is going to break loose. That's when all hell break loose, and that's when I believe the walls is going to close in on Raquel. I believe the moment she get in that spot to become the Connect, that's when she go find out about Unique being alive and find out about all the crazy stuff that he been doing, finding out about Kanan and the moves that he's been making behind her back, and really understanding that she can't trust her son like that, as well as trying to protect Marvin and stop him from getting in too deep with the Italians. The feds, like, Raquel got too much stuff going on around her. We know she found out in this episode that Andre is dead. She found out that her lawyer was taken out in this episode. So I'm pretty sure she's going to be on point now moving forward, because she knows that somebody is targeting her and her organization. But at the same time, I don't see Raquel letting any of these issues distract her from her vision, which is to become the Connect. But at the same time, I do believe Raquel is going to find a way to adjust to all these things that's going on. And I do believe she's going to be good at the end of the day when it's all said and done. Now, moving on to Unique. In this episode, we saw Unique continue to cause havoc for Raquel and her organization like he been doing throughout these last few episodes of season 4. But this time around, he wasn't alone, and he had some help. We saw Unique recruit Damien from season 2 to join his team, and we all know Damien used to work for Raquel and her organization back in season 2 when she was doing business in New Jersey, but things changed when Raquel put Unique in charge of Damien's territory out in New Jersey, so we haven't seen Damien since then. But he made a return in this episode to help out Unique. And both Damien and Unique thought it would be a good idea in this episode to attack Raquel's transportation business, which was dumb as hell. I don't know what the hell was going through Dumb and Dumber's mind, but this plan was dumb as hell, bruh. Because Damien ended up getting shot in this episode. Damien got smoked as soon as him and Unique ran up in that warehouse. They wasn't even in that warehouse for no more than 5 minutes, and Damien was already dead. So right after this, Unique decided to take a trip out to New Jersey to pay Sal Baselli's wife a visit. And Sal Baselli's wife ended up giving Unique Phil Russo contact information in this episode. And with her doing that, I'm pretty sure Unique is going to meet up with Phil Russo in episode 5. I definitely believe we're going to see the introduction of this new crime boss in episode 5. And with Unique getting in contact with Phil Russo, I'm pretty sure Phil Russo is going to help out Unique and give him whatever he needs to take back control of the street so he can rise back to the top of the drug game. And even though Unique made some dumb mistakes in this episode, in my opinion, him taking a trip out to New Jersey to visit Sal Baselli's wife was a smart move on his end. Unique visiting Sal Baselli's wife in this episode was a smart play on his end, and I do believe now that he got an alliance with Phil Russo, I do believe Unique will put the final pieces together in his plan to regain control of the streets and rise back to the top of the drug game. Now, moving on to Kanan. In this episode, we saw Kanan taking matters into his own hands and really stepping out on his own in this episode to become his own man and get from underneath his mother's shadow and make a name for himself in the streets. Because in this episode, we saw Kanan getting some advice from Snaps and Pops when he was having a conversation with them, and Kanan let it be known to Snaps and Pops that he wants people to see him as him. He doesn't want to be known as Raquel's son. He doesn't want to be known as Lulu and Marvin's nephew. Like, he really wants to make a name for himself in the streets. And Snaps and Pops told Kanan if he wants people to see him as him, then he needs to let the people know who he is. As well as letting it be known to Kanan that Quan wants to meet him. So after this conversation he had with Snaps and Pops, Kanan went to go meet up with Quan. And Kanan told Quan that he doesn't got to go through his mom if he ever wants to work with him. He like, look here, bruh. You ain't got to reach out to my mama if you want to work with me, bruh. My business is my business, and my mother ain't got nothing to do with my business. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm definitely expecting Quan to get taken out before season 4 is over with. I don't see Quan being around much longer, bruh. It's bad enough that he raised up Raquel prices by 20%. Now he going behind her back, meeting up with her son, trying to do business with her son. Like, yeah, bruh. I don't see Juan making it out of season 4 alive, especially when Raquel finds out about him meeting up with Kanan. Raquel definitely gonna be pissed off about that, and I would not be surprised if that was the breaking point for her to take out Quan. I definitely see Quan getting taken out before season 4 is over with, and I believe either Raquel or Marvin is going to be the ones to pull the trigger and take him out. But right after this meeting that Kanan had with Quan, Kanan went to go meet up with Stefano to have a conversation with him, and Stefano was not trying to hear anything Kanan got to say. As soon as Kanan started talking, Stefano shut him down. He like, look here, bruh, I work with your mama. Me and your mama is doing business together. Like, I don't even understand why you here. Your mama literally borrowed $500,000 from me to save your life. And you here behind her back trying to have a conversation with me, trying to do business with me. Like, I ain't rocking with that, bro. I ain't rocking with that at all. And I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. So it really wasn't much Kanan gained from this conversation because Stefano was not trying to hear anything Kanan had to say. And like I'm expecting Raquel to find out about Quan and Kanan working together, I'm also expecting her to find out about this conversation that took place between Stefano and Kanan in this episode. I definitely believe Stefano go tell Raquel about this. He definitely go tell Raquel that Kanan pulled up to his restaurant trying to have a conversation with him. And when that does happen, I definitely believe Raquel is going to be pissed off about this. Now, moving on to Lou. In this episode, we saw Lou having issues with both Amani and Mr. Gelford in this episode when it came to Lou and how he wanted to manage B Rilla's career. Because while Lou and B Rilla was at the studio recording, Amani showed up to the studio session to introduce herself, as well as letting it be known to Lulu that she's going to be helping out both Lulu and B Rilla with marketing B Rilla music so he could sell records, which Lou wasn't a fan of, and Lou was really being standoffish towards Amani. He really wasn't trying to hear anything she had to say. So with Lou giving Amani the cold shoulder, she went and told Mr. Gelford about this, and Mr. Gelford started tripping on Lulu. And he told Lulu straight up him and Amani is going to work together whether he likes it or not. He like, look here, bruh, I'm trying to sell records. I get it, you got this vision for this record label and B Rilla and you a dope producer, but at the same time, bruh, I'm trying to make some money and Amani could help out with that. So whether you like it or not, y'all two is going to be working together in the discussion. And at first, I thought Mr. Gelford was a solid individual, and I ain't expect him to be on any funny BS or nothing like that, but after watching this episode, I understand why B Rilla don't like Mr. Gelford. I completely get it now. Mr. Gelford be moving funny as hell, bruh. Mr. Gelford on that funny shit. I completely understand why B Rilla don't like him. And I believe he about to start moving funny towards Lulu now. I believe Mr. Gelford is about to start acting funny towards Lulu. And I believe Mr. Gelford is going to try to pull one over Lulu. I believe he got a trick up his sleeve that we do not know about. Like I said, I thought Mr. Gelford was cool, but after watching this episode, I completely understand why B Rilla don't like him. He can't be trusted. And I believe Amani going to start to see that as well as her and Lulu grow a closer relationship with each other, because we all know Amani and Lulu is going to hook up with each other. So even though they wasn't able to click and get on the same page with each other in this episode, I am expecting them to hook up with each other before season 4 is over with. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened in episode 5 or episode 6. But other than that, I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. Episode 4 was fire from start to finish. I'm looking forward to seeing episode 5. I cannot wait to see what's next for these next upcoming episodes of Raising Kanan. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave any of your thoughts and theories and predictions down below in the comment section. Much love to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting me. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless. I'll get at y'all later.